So we're just talking about the new one, the dune sandworms and things.
You mean the crate dragon?
You're right. Yes, that thing.
That thing that appeared. Curtis,
Yes.
do you know where that thing appeared before? I feel like I'm shouting.
Knights of the Old Republic or was it something like that?
Yes. You are correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I was reading up on it. It's a pretty monumental thing
It's cool.
in Star Wars land, I guess.
I suppose.
But
And
before we get into this, hello, welcome back. It's been a while.
Or has it? Wait, yeah,
They would
It
never
has.
know. Our 12 subscribers would never know.
Big yikes.
Yeah, NRC took a bit of a hiatus.
A socially distantly enforced hiatus.
To prepare for season 2.
That's why. Totally. You may have noticed that me and Ryan are sitting closer together. That's because we don't care about social distancing.
Nice.
Boy. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't think anything else is different. I mean, the table's more messy.
Yeah, there's a lot of junk on that because Allie and I were trying to clean, of course, but yeah.
Cleaning ended up making more of a mess. Ironic.
Ironic.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Look at this.
What a beauty.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah.
There's at least 2 people watching this episode that will understand what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's a big yikes.
Listen to her.
Oh, you're going for it. Oh, God.
No, he didn't say anything.
That's
so-
good.
Okay.
That's for the
I
best.
thought
Moving
about
on.
Moving
Yeah.
on. I'm going to hit this mic so many times with my hand, it's going to be ridiculous.
Mm.
Curtis, I apologize in advance for the audio on this episode.
Yeah.
It's going to be terrible.
It should be okay. I was testing them, and so we're each recording on a separate audio channel, so I should be able to adjust everybody individually for this. It's very
that's cool.
fancy.
That sounds tedious.
Well, hopefully I just apply one effect to each audio timeline or whatever and call it good. Hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Mhm.
You may have noticed I brought the Lego Razor Crest.
Wow.
You're looking in the wrong direction.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Uh-oh. I have
What's
a
uh-oh?
cat. There's a cat playing with my foot.
That's okay.
Tell it to stop.
So you finally got the Lego Razor Crest.
Yeah, I got that on my birthday.
Oh.
I saw
yes,
its construction.
because it had a Baby Yoda, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now I remember.
Baby Yoda. It's
right
right there.
Like that big.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, so the wait is finally over.
It's ogre.
We are finally to season 2.
Two.
This episode starts off with
Mandalorian's on a planet.
random planet with spooky, scary red eyes off in the distance.
Just in time for Spooky Month.
Mm-hmm.
The end of Spooky Month.
Yes.
How was your Spooky Month, Curtis?
It was okay, I guess.
Was it spooky?
Sure.
Okay. Ryan, your Spooky Month?
Eh.
Okay.
Eh.
All right. I'm going to hit this mic 800 times with my hand, Curtis. I'm sorry.
Is it just like sticking out and your hand hits it?
Well, I don't usually have it, so I'm usually like...
Oh, using, yes.
Yes.
So
So I'm whacking it with my hand.
Yeah, whack. Yeah.
It's going to
Gotcha.
take some getting used to.
Yeah.
I blame you.
Well, the headsets were meant to make everything easier for us, so that when Ryan would turn his head, whatever
Right.
direction, his audio wouldn't start to fade away. And then for me in post, I wouldn't have to try to adjust things.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So why am I wearing a headset?
Well, because, I don't know. Consistency. See,
I'll
I have a
allow
headset. I'll allow it. Permission to treat the witnesses hostile?
I'll show you hostile.
Okay, so
So here we are.
the episode starts off with the Mandalorian going to some planet where there's a fight going on. It's like Gamorrean guard boxing or something.
Got to get back in the fight, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Thought it was legit like pro wrestling. Turns out it was rigged like boxing.
Yeah.
What's that joke?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was legit like wrestling, but it was rigged like boxing.
Though I think Fry might have flipped them, that being the joke. I don't remember. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Since I last saw you.
So yes, he goes in,
He
sits down next to the one-eyed Cyclops.
All
As
right.
most Cyclopses are one-eyed. I'm a genius.
he's asking about trying to find another Mandalorian because they would know more about the Jedi and maybe how to find them. So he's asking this dude if he knows where he can find one, and then things escalate. And
There's a car?
there's a car. Yeah.
You said Escalade.
Haha. I am not a
Our-
rich famous rapper.
Our
Driving
comedic
around it.
timing needs to get back into sync. Were we ever in sync? That is the question. Maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah?
So what was going on with the Gamorrean guard fight, by the way? They were they hitting shields, or
No,
that
they
was
had,
just
like-
the reverberation of their vibro blades or something?
Yes, I believe they had like vibroblade axes that they were whacking at each other with.
Gotcha.
So then Cyclops man's like, I want your Beskar armor. It's expensivo. Muy bueno, señor.
The market.
The market.
Oh, Curtis, I forgot to
forgot.
ask. Where did Cara Thrace
Oh
go?
my god.
Where did she go?
I don't know. I asked Allie that maybe a week ago, and she just gave me an annoyed look. So.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Didn't think that gag would come back, actually. Big yikes.
I was thinking about that all weekend.
Oh my
actually,
God.
I had actually wanted that to be the first thing that I said, but I completely forgot.
And then you remembered, but it
I'm-
was too late.
Well, you mentioned the market, and that reminded me of the black market. The black market. Where's Cara Thrace?
Oh, that.
Gareth Race,
speaking of-
like, isn't in the episode Black Market at all.
No.
Speaking of black market,
Oh, Lord.
for our Halloween setup outside at our house, I had to put together a music playlist, and so I was going through trying to find music that was like kind of spooky but not too spooky, because you don't want to scare the little 3-year-olds or whatever.
Sure you do.
And so I put in there All Along the Watchtower and the Black Market song from the soundtracks, just to give it a little rock vibe
Sure.
in between the other random music.
Oh, yes. I suppose that was never caught on tape because we listened to those soundtracks on the way to Grandma Grandpa's. We
Yeah.
listened to the track Black Market, and we both went, I don't think this song ever appeared in the episode.
Yeah.
Right.
It's actually half decent.
Hmm.
Better than
Yeah.
the episode.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Coming back around,
Yeah.
all the way back, to the way back.
So he's like, give me your Beskar armor.
What a segue.
And the Mandalorian's like, no.
Then he shoots one of the Gamorreans because he wanted to bet that one of the Gamorreans would lose for the Beskar armor, for the information or something.
I don't know.
That happened.
I guess.
Yep, and Mando doesn't take it, so
No.
he shoots him anyway.
Yep, shoots the Gamorrean, and then 4 other guys show up, pull guns on the Mandal, and he's like, take off the Beskar armor or I'll kill you. And he's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Little baby Yoda goes, gee.
Yep. Closes his door.
I think that's like the only action that the baby Yoda takes all episode.
Yeah.
Pretty much the only thing he does. Closes the door.
Ooh, wait a second. I'll be
Waiting?
right back. Just 1 second.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, I know what he's getting. He's getting his elf on the shelf.
Trying to think.
Ryan is trying to think.
Mm.
A difficult prospect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
I'm
got
back.
a Bionicle meme for this situation.
See, look.
Ah.
So he's like, dink, and then.
You've perfectly reenacted the scene. Disney should be paying you.
Yeah, right.
And so there's a big old fight.
They fight.
They fight. And eventually, the Mandalorian gets the Cyclops dude.
He's
and
running outside, and then he goes.
Yep.
This little cable whip thing.
Mhm.
Tosses it up over the light, and then hangs him upside down.
And he's like, okay, so where's this Mandalorian? And he's like, he's on Tatooine.
Tatooine. I feel
It's
like
like
we've
I've
been
spent
there.
much time on Tatooine.
Yep.
Yeah.
He had never heard of a Mandalorian being there before.
Mhm.
So he's like, okay, I guess we're going to check this out.
All right, but he promised, you won't die by my hand. Wink,
Yeah.
wink, nudge, nudge. Shoots the lights off, and then all the creepy, red-eyed, spooky monsters come and kill him.
Yep.
And it was at that moment that I knew that this episode was going to be great.
Yes.
So we land back in at Mos Eisley, or is it Mos Espa?
One of the two. Mos Eisley, because they go to the cantina. They went there in the first season.
Okay.
And the cantina was in Mos Eisley. Yes, Curtis? Correct?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I'm
You
double
know,
checking
it's the
my
same
Star Wars
location.
knowledge.
Yeah, it's the same location because what's her face?
Yes, that was the connection.
The
I was
mechanic
making.
lady.
Yeah.
Mechanic lady. What's her name?
Yeah.
She's really excited to see the baby Yoda.
Yep.
Me thinks
How much?
she's getting
Not
paid.
really. But
Yeah.
really, how much?
Me
Yeah.
thinks she's being coerced into capturing the baby.
Could be.
Could be. Maybe not.
Oh, the Cyclops dude, he did give the Mandalorian a city where
All right, Mos
he had seen him.
Pelgo. Whatever.
Mos Pelgo, which when the Mandalorian gets to Mos Eisley and talks to the mechanic lady, he's like, "Where's Mos Pelgo?" And she's like, "Well, bring it up on the super map thingy."
Let me ask R5 from Star
Oh,
Wars
yeah.
Episode 4.
Yeah,
I
That
actually
was
thought
great.
that wasn't too, it's not too overt. Like, it's in your face, but it's not like, look, it's R5. It's just like, get over here, R5.
Yeah,
Was it
if she would
R5
have
or
said
R4?
something like, "Oh, we still got to get that motivator fixed."
Right,
Then
I think that
would've been
over the top.
that
yeah.
would have been. Yeah. But hey, he was there.
He was there.
We
Yeah.
see the map, and there's nothing there.
Right, because it was a really small town, but it should still be there.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets on the speeder bike and he's off.
Mm-hmm.
He's riding up into the town like an old western.
Yep.
Goes up into the bar.
Goes up into the bar. It's like, have you seen a Mandalorian? I don't know. Someone who looks like me. Ah, you want the Marshal.
Mm-hmm.
Roll credits. That's the name of the episode.
Yeah. So then, in comes dun dun dun. Looks like Boba Fett, but it's not.
I mean, I thought his red hoodie or whatever he had underneath looked a little
Yeah.
funny, so I immediately was not
I-
convinced.
I was not convinced because he was too skinny. He didn't fill out
That
the
too,
armor
yeah.
correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought that was an overt choice so that you knew it wasn't actually Boba Fett.
And then he takes off his helmet, and it's Timothy Oliphant, and I'm like, that's not Boba Fett.
That's not Boba
Well, and I
Fett.
love the Mandalorian's reaction. He's like, "Oh,
Oh.
Come have a drink with me.
jeez."
Just imagine Bug Eyes
Yeah.
inside the helmet. It's like, come have a drink with me. What?
Yeah. So he goes into he goes into some backstory on the town, and he gives a little bit of explanation for how he got the armor, but not a whole lot.
Jawas.
Jawas.
Mm-hmm. Jawas. They talk about the issues with the sand people, how those darn sand people, they're still causing problems.
They scare easily.
Mm. But they will return,
Nah.
and in greater numbers.
That's where I was going with it.
And there's a Baby Yoda.
And then he's like, hand over the Beskar armor. You're not a Mandalorian. You can't keep the armor.
Yeah.
It's like, you're going to have to take it off of me. We're about to get into a gunfight.
Oh yeah.
A Western gunfight.
Quick draw.
Yep.
And
But then there's an earthquake.
Convenient.
Convenient earthquake. It's almost like it's an adventure show.
Mhm.
Weird. Didn't see that one coming. Oh wait. And you see a very Tremors-like monster come
Yeah,
through the town.
I had that same thought. It's like, huh,
I love a good homage
Where's-
to Tremors.
where's Kevin Bacon?
Who is Kevin Bacon?
What is Kevin
Why
Bacon?
is Gamora?
Why is Gamora? Yes.
So they're all
Poor
freaked
Bantha.
out. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the
Oh right, it eats
Banthas.
Bantha.
Munch, munch, munch food.
Munch food.
And so then he's like, okay, we're going to have to settle our differences for now. You
We'll
can...
make a deal.
Yeah.
I'll give you the Beskar armor if you help me kill the Crate Dragon.
Yep.
I know where it lives. That's convenient.
Yeah.
And off they go.
To the cave.
Of wonders.
Cave of Wonder.
Yeah.
Dang it.
No.
But while they're traveling,
With
he...
Oliphant is riding on
Anakin
Anakin
Skywalker's
engine.
pod racer
That's-
engine.
I didn't make that connection, but I guess yeah, that's weird.
I mean, I assume that wasn't the only engine ever made like that.
Right. Yeah.
But it was sure like,
Oh look,
oh look.
mosquito. I missed it. But yes, they stop because they hear some rumblings.
Uh-oh.
And then there's Ryan. Did you recognize the dog creatures?
Yeah. Yeah.
Curtis, did you recognize the dog creatures?
I mean, they were in episode 2.
Yes,
Mhm.
correct.
Okay.
I haven't seen many people mention that those were the dog creatures from episode 2. Because they're in episode 2 for exactly 0.5 seconds. That's like
Yeah,
5
I mean,
seconds.
it's not very long. That they're at that camp, right? That Anakin
Yes,
goes a
where
little
Anakin
berserk.
goes and
Yeah.
kills the women.
And the children,
And the children too.
I was a little like confused why they didn't show the sand women and the sand children too.
They're all dead.
I killed them.
He killed them all.
I don't think the implication was that he.
No,
killed
it's
every-
not.
Yeah,
Curtis, I was
okay.
making a joke.
Right. That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
So, the man, or so the dude who's Timothy Oliphant, his character's name is Cobb Vanth,
Yes,
and
he's
he's
from the Aftermath series, which was the Disney books expanded universe stuff. And apparently they retcon some stuff in this from those books. Some people are like, why'd they do that? And I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I didn't read any of those, so.
Apparently,
I have them, but
you
haven't read them yet.
Okay. Apparently, he bought the armor at the at like a sail barge or something.
Oh.
From like surviving bounty hunters or something. So him getting it from Jawas is different, and then there's some other differences.
Okay. Well, who cares?
I agree. Who does care? Not I.
Well, Cobb Vanth is going to start shooting the Tuscans, but then the Mandalorian is like, stop, and then he does the signs, and then he could speak. Yeah.
Yes. And then they go to the Tuscans' camp or something.
Something.
Because they're like, they have problems with Crate Dragon too. We could work together.
And they're trying to offer Cobb like the water that's in that stinky pouch or whatever it is.
I was just reminded of Alien Covenant, which is unfortunate because I had to think about Alien Covenant.
Man, I haven't watched that movie in a while.
I only watched it that one time.
In the theater?
In the theater, when we went to watch it.
That's right. I forgot that we went and watched it.
Yeah, we shouldn't have.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't go out and buy it on Blu-ray?
No.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
No.
It's not really even worth pirating, so just...
You've got about 10 minutes of a solid Alien film at the end.
Yeah. At the end, that's about it.
Up until then, it's about an hour and a half of boredom and weird Fassbender on Fassbender flute playing.
It's weird.
This is different from Prometheus, right?
It is
technically a sequel, but also not.
Yeah.
It's goofy.
It is. Yeah, if you're really interested, maybe just go on YouTube and watch the last 10 minutes of the movie, because that's about all you really. That's really all you really need.
Yeah.
And that was our review of Alien Covenant.
Mm-hmm.
Curtis is making my jokes for me. Might as well not even be on the show. Bye, folks.
No.
Imagine.
Okay, so he doesn't want to drink the stinky, whatever, green liquid stuff.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that he has insulted the Tuscans.
Yes.
And they almost come to arms. And then the Mandalorian is like, we cannot fight each other because we have to kill the beast.
See, I think it would have been way simpler if he would have just worn his Mandalorian helmet the whole time, and then he wouldn't have been obligated to even have to try to drink that stuff.
That's an excellent point.
Yeah.
Curtis, you're thinking. Stop that.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm kidding. No, that's a decent point, actually. But he's not a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to wear the helmet.
Sure, I guess. I just thought it was weird that he would have that Mandalorian helmet and he wouldn't wear it as they're driving 300 miles per hour through the desert.
That is a good point as well. I didn't think about it.
No, I didn't think about that.
Because it's an adventure show.
Right, yes.
Well,
anyways, then they go to the Great Cave, the cave of a Sarlacc pit.
Right, he ate it.
The Crate Dragon ate the Sarlacc.
That's crazy.
That's pretty awesome.
yeah.
That's they got to be setting it up for some game. Some open world Tatooine based game. And
Some
then you got to go
role-playing game.
Yeah.
Set in the Old Republic with knights. I wish it would happen. It won't. Oh well.
So the Tuscans try to lure the Crate Dragon out.
No, they're trying to. They've studied its digestive system, so they're gonna feed it so that it goes back to sleep while it's digesting, and then it comes out and kills the raider who was leaving the bantha behind. I think they're open to new suggestions.
Oh, that poor bantha.
That poor. The bantha lived. That Tuscan died.
Right, I know, but I.
You're thinking of the bantha at the end, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess. I was just thinking poor bantha because he was being offered up as bait. And then like 10 minutes earlier, you had seen a Tuscan brushing his bantha's teeth. So.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
In some of the... I started reading another one of the old Expanded Universe books. It was another Kevin Anderson book that he wrote. It was Darksaber. Nothing to do with the actual Darksaber, but it's... In the beginning of the book, Luke Skywalker and Han Solo are, like, riding... They're pretending to be Tusken Raiders on Tatooine to get into Jabba's palace, and Luke talks about how, like, the Tuskens have a special bond with their banthas. It's like a symbiotic form of I don't know, connection.
Wow.
It's very
It's not canon anymore.
It's not canon, but I read that, and then I watched this episode. I was just like, huh. Interesting.
That's like me having played Knights of the Old Republic and then watching this episode and going, huh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So then they're like, well, we could put some explosives near the cave entrance and lure it out, because its underbelly is the soft spot. It's soft underbelly, just like a dragon in Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
The soft underbelly.
Mm-hmm. But to do this, they would need to get the Tuskens and the people of Mos Pelgo to work together to try to get this to work. And there are tensions.
On the rise.
Mm-hmm. At some point, a dude, or a Tusken drops an explosive, and the guy's like, "What are you trying to explode, everybody?"
Yeah.
And they almost start a fight. But then it ends.
Yeah, luckily Mando's there. Just, wait, hold on. Yeah.
I think Oliphant actually calmed everyone down.
Oh, was it? Oh.
Yeah.
I don't remember. But either way, they're able to set up their explosives and guns and harpoons.
That
everything.
was weird.
Yeah, that was something I didn't expect.
They have laser technology, even the Tuskens do, and yet they have giant harpoons.
Yeah, I guess what would you need that for on
Hunting
Tatooine?
Bantha?
To capture your bantha, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Sure, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe to shoot at a Sarlacc? I don't know.
Take this!
I don't know.
I don't know either. It confused me.
Well, they start luring it out,
Yes.
and it kind of starts to come out, and then it wants to go back.
Right, it eats like 2 people and then starts to go back.
Yeah, so they have to keep luring it.
I have an odd side note. The bartender, he's got a rifle in that fight, and he's the only one that has recoil on his blaster rifle.
Really?
Yes. I assume it was just the actor not realizing that a blaster gun wouldn't have recoil. Because no other blaster has recoil, really.
No.
No. There's not a combustion happening. There's no explosive going off.
No.
It was just something weird that I noticed, because he's full shot on him, and he goes, boom. It's like, wait a second. Because none of the Tuskens have recoil.
Weird.
I thought it was also funny, the 3 Tuskens that went up to lure out the crate dragon once they've got everyone. One of them had a gaffy stick, and I'm like, what's that guy gonna do?
He'll yell at it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, it's gonna get eaten. He
Uh,
was doomed from the start. But yeah, they start shooting at it, and then they start chucking thermal detonators at it. Start really getting it mad. Then it starts spitting out acid, dragon style.
Yeah, that was something I didn't expect.
No. I assume that was Game of Thrones influence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at one point, what's his face actually shoots the missile off the jetpack, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we kind of that happens twice in the episode. Once in the flashback, which we skipped over.
Oh, yes, right.
We can come back around to that. And then,
right, the flashback, yeah.
And then later in the fight, it happens again, because he's like, get its attention. Which we haven't gotten to yet.
Right.
So yes, eventually they get it out, and they set off the explosives, and then the Great Dragon is gone. It's gone! It's like, I don't think it's dead. Neither do I. And then it pops up like 800 yards away. I'm like, wow, that thing moves quick for such a big thing.
Yeah, it's weird to think about the physics of something that big moving through sand. I don't know. It doesn't really
it could be that there are
possible.
tunnels already dug.
Tunnels, yeah. That's a good point.
I do know that, like, creature designers from The Mandalorian have come out and been like, we only saw the head and the neck. Like, it's got this big body and, like, 8 legs or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's kind of wonky.
We also forgot about how when they were preparing this battle, the Tuskens like made a little model in the sand, and the one guy was like, "That's not built to scale," because the thing looked so much bigger, and it's like, "No, that's really how big it is."
That's the scale. Yep.
Yikes.
Anyways, it pops up 800 yards away, and then it ducks down again, and it pops up over the cave, which I wasn't quite sure how that one worked out, but okay. But then they're like, let's go, and then he puts on his Boba Fett helmet, and they jetpack off, and start shooting right next to it. I'm like, you're in really close acid spitting distance. That doesn't seem advisable, but what do I know? Then I don't remember what happens next. They wind up back on the ground next to the bantha that was holding all the explosives.
All right, yeah, and Mando
Get his
has
attention.
the idea, yeah.
Yes, get his attention. He fires the rocket, gets its attention. Now what are you going to do? I don't know. Whacks the jetpack, in a reference to episode 6, which I thought was a little overt. Not quite covert. And he goes flying off, and then he gets eaten with the bantha.
Yep. You're like, oh no.
But not oh no, because the show is called The Mandalorian. I don't think they were going to kill him. What do I know?
It would have been such a twist if they killed him right there.
They killed him right there, and then Boba Fett became the Mandalorian main character.
Yes.
Ooh, that would have been crazy.
That would have been crazy. They're not going to do that. No. It was never going to happen. But he uses his holiday special shock stick power.
Yep. And blows it up from the inside.
Blows it up from the inside. Then it's dead. DED.
And then
the Tuskens are whacking at its remains.
And they pull out the magical sphere.
The pearl.
I was reading about that. There's some significance to those, right?
Yes, it's very valuable and rare, and in Knights of the Old Republic you could
build lightsaber crystals out of it.
Use
that's right.
To augment your lightsaber.
Yeah.
I assume that pearl was smaller in the game.
I don't remember.
Well, it has to fit in a lightsaber.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
One would presume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's like the size of a beach ball.
Yeah. But it was like, hey, look, the Great Dragon Pearl.
Yeah.
That was for people like me.
Yeah, when I was watching that, I was like, I know what that is.
I know what that is. Exactly.
I did not know really what it was, but it seemed significant.
Yeah.
It's a reference for people like me, Curtis.
I know.
Oh, should we get into how Cobb Vanth got the armor?
Okay.
Kind of that little flashback.
We'll just jump to the flashback and then jump back forward.
Yep.
In flashback style.
Sure.
Flashback to a flashback. That's like flashbackception.
It's like 4 walls.
Fourth wall break inside a fourth wall break. That's like 16
walls.
Oh my.
Curtis, you watched that movie in theaters with us.
He watched the second one in theaters with us.
Didn't we go to the first one in theaters?
What are we talking about?
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Oh.
I know we went to the second one. I thought we went to the first one. Maybe I'm wrong.
I did not see the first one in theaters. I saw that on DVD.
What a shame.
I think I saw.
I
Yeah,
saw
I
it
went
in
on.
theaters.
I went on Valentine's Day because that's when it came out.
That was great. They marketed it as a Valentine's Day movie.
Perfect. Had a great time.
That was funny.
They're still working on a third one, right? That's what I thought I saw.
Yes.
Supposedly.
Whether or not that'll still happen, we're in a post-Rona world.
Right.
Look at this post-Rona world we're in, with Curtis projected onto a television screen.
Let me out. It's not really working.
You know what's great, Ryan? We could put a blanket over him.
You could do that.
Another time.
Another time. There's one. I know where one is.
So Cobb Vanth, he talks about how after the Empire fell, the second Death Star was destroyed.
Boom.
There was a mining coalition or a mining gang.
Mining League, Miners Guilds, one of those two.
Something.
They rolled into town and were like, "This is our town now."
Yeah.
And then apparently shot a bunch of people, which doesn't really make sense if you're trying to turn the town into slaves. But what do I know?
Well, I don't know how many people you actually see die. Maybe they were just...
Well, right, they do the classic cutaway and you see the shots coming from inside the building, but
Yep.
that's the implication is that they shot some people.
Yeah, and so he just grabbed a random container and went off into the desert.
Right, they name dropped what the container is called. I don't remember what it is, but it's a big deal because that's the container that one random dude was carrying in that Star Wars movie.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
So when The Mandalorian had it in the first season, people were like, "Oh my God, they brought it back." Curtis, there was like at some Star Wars convention, there was a parade of people who dressed up as this random extra in the background with this ice cream maker prop, and it was a whole thing.
Wow.
So now they
That's
have
something.
named the container, and I just think it's funny.
That is funny.
He also, I guess, in that container, he had a bunch of crystals.
Yes, he had a bunch of valuable crystals. Lucky for him.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're on an adventure show.
Yep.
Yeah, the Jawas just started offering him stuff.
Well, they wanted
Yeah.
the crystals. They're
Right.
barters.
Yeah.
Right.
They're like shorter Ferengi,
Yeah.
but also more scavenger-like.
Yeah. Not quite as funny.
Not quite as interesting.
Yeah.
Right. So little light was shed on how the Jawas came to acquire the armor. But
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we might find that one out this week.
That would be cool.
Perhaps. That would be nice.
I hope they actually do meet.
That would be cool.
I hope it's not just a tease until like 3 episodes later.
Yeah.
I want it to happen.
Well,
Right.
anyways, so he sees the armor, he buys it, goes back into town, kills all the
Drives
mining.
the mining league people out, shoots the jetpack rocket, and
Yeah.
destroys their speeder.
Yeah.
And then he was protecting the town.
Yeah. That was kind of a cool scene.
It was fun.
So, anyways, we get back
Back to the end.
to the end.
And he gives him the armor. He's
Mhm.
like, "I didn't break the jetpack. Be sure you tell your people that."
Oh, yeah. It came like that.
I wasn't the one who broke that.
And so he's about to leave, and then we see off on the horizon
A figure
a figure.
in cloak and a gaffy stick and a rifle on his back, and he turns around, and
That's
it's
Captain
Tamara
Rex.
Morrison,
Ah!
not Captain Rex. Oh my God! It's Boba Fett. Stop
Well,
it.
Maybe.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
they
Boba
have
Fett.
not confirmed it. You don't know.
Oh my God!
There are a lot of
Who-
clones
who
who look
else would
just
it be?
like them.
Yeah, but they all had fast aging. They'd all be dead.
No.
Wait, no. What's his face was still alive
Oh,
at
right.
the Battle of
I
Endor.
forgot Rebels.
Yeah.
Rebels exists.
Maybe when they removed those whatever inhibitor chip things, that helped with their aging process.
not-
I doubt
I
it.
have no clue. No idea.
Wasn't that that was a
Anyways.
Clone Wars thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I am 99.99% sure it's Boba Fett, and you guys are too. You're just doing this to anger me. Oh, Ryan is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure.
What if they reveal that Boba Fett cloned himself?
Oh,
He did
And
that.
this is
It'd be-
Boba Fett.
Oh,
Boba.
Boba Fett.
Oh, right, yeah, I suppose the first one.
Luke.
Skywalker. I'm still
Yikes.
waiting for that. Still waiting for
it's
it.
never gonna happen.
Someday Timothy Zahn is gonna be like, here is the next.
Here's the clone of the clone of the clone of the clone. Luke. Skywalker.
Yes. Someday.
Keep dreaming, Ryan.
Mm.
Anyways, I think in now Legends, the old expanded universe, I think Boba Fett did clone himself at some point again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think I could be wrong.
I know
Might-
he made it out of the Sarlacc pit and continued being a bounty hunter.
which is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was in the Dark Empire comics when that's
times.
kind of revealed.
Good old Boba Fett.
And in that that other comic that I showed you, the what was it called again? Tag and Binks.
Oh,
Mm.
They kind of showed how
That
he
thing.
got out or whatever. They switched places with him all of a sudden, and
that doesn't count,
yeah,
and you know it doesn't.
I know. It's
He
upsetting.
wants it to count.
It'd be so
Excuse me.
cool. Oh well. It would fix everything. Because they even talk about how, like, why did Anakin have these terrible lines of dialogue to try to convince Padme to love her because it was a 12-year-old telling him what to say.
I don't know what you're talking about. Those lines work.
I mean,
Ugh.
yeah. Yeah.
If I ever mentioned my intense dislike of sand,
Oh boy.
hey, it
So
makes
much sand.
It makes sense. He lived on Tatooine. He wouldn't like sand.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
As a pickup line, it doesn't make sense, but in character,
Well. Anyways, so that's the end.
that
We're
is the end.
chapter 9.
Chapter 9, Season 2, Episode 1. We're doing what everyone else is doing, which is talking about The Mandalorian, so this is not original in any way. I hope you enjoyed.
Yes, and good luck trying to find. You should go through our videos and watch our original discussion about The Mandalorian Season 1.
Right, that was a great discussion that
Yes.
doesn't exist.
Oh, see, I was
Oh.
trying to be covert because
Curtis, we have like 30 episodes. It wouldn't take much scrolling to find out that it doesn't in there. It's not
30
in there.
episodes is actually quite a few. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
Are we
more
up to
than a
30? I
full
don't
season
know.
of TV.
I don't think we're up to 30. I think I was giving us a few more.
Yeah, we're at 28.
I was
This'll be
close.
29.
I was pretty close.
Although I do
All
have
things
another
considered.
lost moments that I was thinking of putting up as a separate thing, but I don't know. It was only like 5 minutes long.
Can't even monetize that. Even if we were monetized, I think the minimum is 10 minutes for monetization.
Yeah, and you need like 1,000 followers or subscribers or
Yes,
something.
I do realize that part. We weren't actually going to make money off of it.
Quick, how fast can you generate new YouTube accounts?
I think
And
they
new
figure out we
emails.
were gerrymandering.
Nope,
That's not
nope.
gerrymandering.
They'd never figure it out.
Astroturfing? That'd be astroturfing, right?
I don't know.
I don't know what the term is.
Gerrymandering is for voting. I know
Right.
that.
Gerrymandering is messing with like where district lines are.
Yeah.
Right.
To get-
AstroTurfing, I've never heard of. I've just heard of the AstroTurf on football fields from Friday Night's Lights. Friday Night Lights.
No,
The AstroTurf.
Astroturfing is creating a movement that looks like a grassroots movement, but isn't because that's why it's fake. Grass,
Ah.
astroturf.
Okay.
Thus,
Astroturfing.
Astroturfing. I think I learned that from Mr. Fetch.
Oh, that's funny.
What a great teacher he was.
He was good.
Yeah.
I liked him.
Was he?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Curtis.
Yeah,
Curtis
you never had Mr.
That
Fetch.
was after your time.
Yeah, like maybe
That's
a
a shame.
year. Maybe 2.
He was a really good teacher.
Yeah.
All right.
This has been our review of the Newman Catholic education system. Thank you for joining us.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either, because we talked about exactly one teacher.
Yes.
Yes.
Thing is, I don't know if there are any teachers still there, aside from Fetch, that I would even recognize.
I think Knutson came back.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't know if he's still there. I know he came back. He was there my senior year.
What about Orozco? Is she still there?
Maybe. I have no clue on that one.
Hmm.
This has been a strange tangent.
Yes. I may cut this tangent out.
I'm glad that you will.
Okay.
So how's the temperature over there? In that,
Chilled.
yeah.
Like chilled chaos. Oh, you guys don't. Never mind.
Yeah.
It is a little chilly.
Ah.
If only we had a nice warm basement to record in.
If only.
If only. Allie.
She can't hear you.
Dang it.
Oh.
Did
Did?
I had a question. I don't remember it. Oh, are we going to review this week's episode next week?
We have a request to talk about Indiana Jones 3 in regards to Sean Connery's passing.
Oh, well, that'd be cool. That'd be good.
So we have options.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we want to break it up and try to smush 2 Mandalorian episodes into 1 week.
Supposedly, all the episodes from Mandalorian will be more towards this length this season, which I'm a big fan of.
50-ish minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of. But sure, we could still do it.
Okay.
Just be a bit longer.
Cool.
Cool. Pop culture.
Huh.
References.
Pop,
Star
pop.
Wars. I'm on a TV show. Cool.
Pop.
Pop. Pop. More stuff that people won't understand. Aren't we great?
You're missing the debate of the century.
I'd have voted for Magnitude.
Yeah.
But South Park won.
Pop.
That's right.
What was he going to say?
What are you going to say, Magnitude? Pop what? Pop.
So stupid.
I thought it was brilliant. Still technically on topic because it's a Star Wars homage in that episode.
That's true. That one is the Star Wars episode.
We're bringing it all around, Curtis. It's all connected.
Yes.
Or is it? I don't know.
I don't know either. You'd
I've
best watch yourself.
Oh no.
I'm ambidextrous.
I've got great ambition. See?
I'm sorry. We're going to have to let you go.
Also taking place in the cantina, which we saw in season 1 of The Mandalorian. It's all connected, Curtis.
Amazing.
I hope we never go back to that cantina.
I wonder, those 2 dudes did appear in Rogue One. I wonder if they would ever make another appearance somehow in Mando or something. Speaking
God,
of
I hope not.
people making appearances, Ahsoka must be coming up here at some point.
Oh no.
Pretty soon.
Oh no.
And then they've been saying that Mark Hamill might.
I've heard that rumor as well. We'll just have to wait and see.
So interested.
Yeah.
Boba Fett, I felt like, was kind of pushing it, but he is sort of... He's Mandalorian adjacent, wearing the Mandalorian armor.
Mhm.
It makes a certain amount of sense. I feel like you're just going to start putting in people who don't really need to be there just for references.
Well, because of the direction that they're going with this, it kind of makes sense that Luke Skywalker, even if it wasn't Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker would kind of show up because he's supposedly trying to take it back to the Jedi.
Right, or the...
And then you remember that
people.
Episode 8 happened and the Jedi all died.
That's the other thing I was thinking about. I'm like,
Rest
so
in
what's
peace,
going to
Baby
happen
Yoda.
to Baby Yoda?
No.
Exactly. There's problems here.
Yeah.
Problems.
So, we'll find out.
We will find out. Hopefully by the end of the season.
Yeah.
But maybe not. Maybe they're holding that for next season.
Next season. I wonder how many seasons they're going to try to milk out of this thing.
I remember
7.5.
I remember watching an episode of Graham Norton, and they talked to some people about like how British TV is different because they're like, yeah, we get done with like 4 seasons and then we're done. It's like,
It's true.
we had nothing left that we really wanted to do, so we're done.
Just like Battlestar Galactica.
Yep.
That was still half a season too long.
Yeah.
More or less. Oh, you can ask Allie, where did Kara Thrace go?
Hey, Allie. They're wondering where Kara Thrace went.
And that's what I was looking for.
All right.
I have successfully memed Don Alley. That means this episode can officially end.
All right.
Even though we've dragged on for about 5 minutes too long.
Like and subscribe.
Or not. It's up to you.
Yeah.